Hello again, video friends. Today I wanted to try some dual screen again. First off, I wanted to just show the document real quick. I wanted to discuss gyms and when to buy a pet, your first pet. Talk about how each new zone is a major stat check. As you can see, the conversation here I've had with a friend in game. We just talked back and forth about how when entering a new zone, zone 3 here, for example, that things are just a lot harder and you just have to level up some. And also I wanted to discuss spending your honor before leaving your guild. Not many people realize that you lose all your honor whenever you go to leave a guild, so it's important that you either excuse me, buy all the pots you can or buy a pet or something on your way out. But I'll let you read the conversation yourself if you want to pause the video or whatever. But I wanted to show you guys some gameplay on my alt, and I wanted to show you guys something special on my main. As you may know, last night I caught a legendary. I wound up catching Gobby. We're going to get a minor experience tome here. We always want those to be engaged, especially for Wednesday. And he's just going to jump straight into trials. I did catch Pingy, so I got 2 rares now. Now that I have 2 rares, I pretty much just saved my gold for an epic. Alright, so while he's going, we're going to go over here and take a look at Gobby. Make sure to put this on speed 5. Alright, so we won Gobby last night after a minor technical difficulty. And we want to upgrade him. So we're going to upgrade him to Robby here. And he will actually be taking place of Quirk, which is down here. And you can compare the stats and he's just overall better. The only complaint I have is that he'll lose the damage to target enemy, which is my major strat. So I'm going to use Robby for some time and see how that pans out. He does have great AoE, the shockwave here, and his crit is just amazing, so I'll give him a shot. Here we go. So this is my first legendary on this character. I've actually had multiple attempts, even with Toledo, but I didn't really understand how important catching legendary familiars was. I was just newer to the game, and now looking back on it, I definitely should have used my gems. And this, as a new player, is what you're going to save your gems for. Persuading the legendary familiars with a 100% chance. Alright, so we have him. I'm going to turn the music down just a hair. It always shows up a little quieter in the video, but it's super loud to me for some reason. So I want to make sure you guys hear me. Alright, so we're going to try Robby out in a trial here. Doing difficulty 96. Doing pretty good on the rank this week. I think a lot of people just didn't try since it was a shorter week. I'm not sure what the case was. Alright, so we'll try. I always go with 5 tokens just to knock them out fast. And we'll go ahead and replace Quirk here with Robby. So excited we got him. Last night we had an issue where the gems just weren't going through, and I wound up emailing the devs, and Leisha was able to reach out and help me within 10 minutes and just was very helpful. Did a video thanking her directly, but it's pretty amazing that they support so many people and still are that efficient. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool. Alright, I'm gonna check my runs always. Since it's Wednesday and I'm taking full advantage of the experience, I put my experience runs in. All the gear's looking good. We upgraded the Vex this week and got about 14 extra stats. So let's see how this guy pans out. I don't want him taking a ton of hits, so I'll put him in the back. He does have a lot more health than Quirk did. Alright, so all these are really defensive. The crab guy is probably going to be my first target. So I guess my shockwave is just going to be what I just constantly use. Puts out a lot of damage. My current PvP team is pretty much all quirks, and I just take advantage of the super crit and the mobility to pick off anything in the back at any time. It's pretty awesome. So this guy is Jumbo. I'm going to wait until I fill up on SP. Because when they're bigger like that, they do a lot more damage. Alright, so Tree's defensive, Big Bear's defensive, the Ooze is pretty defensive. I guess we'll kill the zombie first. Yeah, it's unfortunate that to pick something off I have to have 2 SP now. But I guess his cleave is pretty powerful. That's about 900 damage total. And as you've seen in prior videos, I like to swap out my tank. Let him heal while someone else takes a little damage. 1200 experience from just that pack of mobs right there. I guess Robby's health pool will definitely come in handy here. He's going to kill the bow guy because he's most aggressive. So his rocket punch does a lot of damage. Let's test that out. Wow. Alright, finish up some trials. We're just going to dive straight into... let this be a note to the newer players. Flags and progressing is not always top priority. There's multiple times where I just ignore the flag completely, go to the last known castle, do a heroic, and just gain the XP. The game is not 100% about progressing. If you play the game like it is, you'll get burned out pretty quick. I have numerous people on my friends list that just come and go because they jump into the game, they try super hard to get the best things in every slot, they only focus on progression, and then they just fizz out because they focus on the wrong things. Just enjoy the game, focus on leveling. Gear will come. Alright, so as you can see, I'm building my SP here, so I'm going to save this for the boss. I went ahead and put my hero in front because everyone else is kind of getting low. If I saw a healing tower, I'd be tempted to use it now. We'll go ahead and kill the bat because he's low health. Oh, nice. Look at that. 3, 6, 9, 12. About 1200 damage total. We'll do the ultimate cleave. Wow. That was a lot of damage. I'm really liking this plus 30% crit accessory that I have. Very useful. Oh, we got an upgrade over here. Looks like we got a new helmet. That's another perk of doing the heroics as well. They go real quick because you get to use your high-powered teammates. Here's another common. Green means common, so I'm going to decline because it's just not good enough for me for right now. They'll be helpful later when I do fusions and stuff, but that's far too late in the game for me to care about right now. I need to save my gold. Now we search for the boss. Alright, so I always tread lightly here, because whenever it's time to look for the boss, you don't want to accidentally walk into him. Alright, so this guy's Jumbo. I want to for sure kill him first. This is where I'll use my single target from Robby here. 700, nice. That wasn't even a crit. Okay, I'm gonna kill him. Go. Oh dear. Oh man, sometimes I get so unlucky with the evades. Alright, so it's getting dangerously close with my tank, so I'm going to mitigate some of the damage. And if you notice, I do this so often that I almost never have to use potions. Alright, let's snipe him off. Smack. Oh, there we go. 1100 crit. Alright, these guys are kind of tanky, so I'm just going to build my SP. 1111. Could heal, but I think I'm going to save my SP. Alright, we're going to peek up here to see if the boss is next. We don't want to accidentally fight him, so we're going to tread very lightly. Okay, so the boss should be down here. There he is. Alright, our top priority here, since the boss is next, is to get as high SP as possible from this match. So these three are aggressive, so we're going to have to take all three of them out first. Doing him first was a poor choice. Now I can't leave, right? Mistakes. Alright. Now the tree is just defensive, so I'll let my hero take a hit or two. Now would be the time I would heal. But I ultimately want more SP, so I'm just going to wait. So since I'm kind of low and there's no health tower, I'm going to... Oh, there's one more. I was actually just remembering that there's a tower for SP, so we actually don't have to reserve our SP. So we'll pick up the bow guy. These two are tanky, and then we'll just focus on healing. See if we can walk away with full health. We'll just spam one a little bit here. Relish is getting a little bit higher, so we'll bring him out. So health is looking pretty good, but I'm going to go ahead and heal anyway. Since SP is not a thing, I'm going to save my SP and take advantage of the Vampiric Touch here for some self-heals after this guy hits me once. Alright, so we got an epic opportunity over here. If I had the gems, I'd be tempted, but since it's just an epic, I'm just going to persuade for now. Fail. I wouldn't really recommend using your gems early on for these. What you want to do is save your gems for 1,000, and then buy the big pet egg that I can show you right here. Should be this guy. You want to start with defensive first if you're new, and Jimmy, of course, would be the best outcome. So you want to aim for a defensive pet first. I always get the questions of, oh, I have 200 gems, should I just go ahead and buy a small one? You can, it's your account, but I would personally wait until I have 1,000 so you can buy all 5 at once. I guess it ultimately doesn't really matter. You're still buying the same amount for the same price, but I personally would wait. I did not expect player to sound for this. They have 2 ears because I am deaf in one of them. I don't know if that was loud for you, but it was extremely loud for me. And of course, it moved my screen. I hate that. Alright, so I'm not going to torture you with another dungeon over here. I'm going to kill this boss, focus on that, and then end the video. I suppose I'll just put it on auto and end it regardless. Alright, so here's the boss. We're full of SP. We want to have the tank up first. We'll put Robby in the back, and we'll just go for it. So we're at full health, full SP, and on the boss on one of my hardest difficulty trials. We'll go ahead and start killing the blob first, so we can still do cleave. Learn that mistake. Evade, awesome. Okay, let's see how much you can cleave. Oh yeah, it's just not using crit very much. There's a crit. Alright, so here's Gramps for the new players. Gramps is one that you for sure want to get, because he'll eventually turn into a Shramps, which is amazing for Zone 3. And we fell. You want the Gramps and then also the little mushroom guy. You'll want to, I would spend gold only. I wouldn't bribe anything unless it's legendary. That's ultimately what you're saving your gems for. Most players save up to 1,600 gems and then act as if that's 0, so you never want to go below 1,600. That way if you encounter a legendary, you don't have to take the risk of going to buy creds and hoping that it doesn't area up somehow. Alright, so easy enough. That's all dead. I'm going to do a little self-heal. And just auto. If my Robby starts to get below half health, I'll go ahead and swap him out. Bring the healer, or hero in. So I wanted to give a special shout out to Tiffy for asking the questions in game, and I wanted to remind you guys that if you do have questions, feel free to add me in game. I'm clearing my friends list daily just so I can talk to you guys, and I'm always up to answer any and all questions. If the question is relevant to the game and actually something I haven't already discussed, I will put it into my video, and it'll go on to help your fellow gamers. So the goal here is to always try to do this without using a potion. So I've successfully, if I can kill this guy, it's going to be real close. Even when I'm low, I keep mitigating the damage with whoever's highest in health. I'll just keep swapping them out. And there you go. The entire trial on one of the higher difficulties I've ever completed. So my highest is actually 102, but that was 96, and I used 0 potions. Rank 48, let's see. It's always nice to see your name on the leaderboard. Looks like I can gain a few more ranks here. And looks like I've already, did I hit 10k already? Not quite. How many do I have? 8,000. 2 days left to get 2K. It's going to be easy. I hope you guys are taking advantage of the 10K points and getting the cosmetics. You may not like them now, but in a month or two of gaming, you will. As far as the trials, I have 8,000, and the PvP I have almost 15,000. Doing pretty good in PvP this week. I usually don't do well. I might use Robby this week and see how that goes. But one of the longer videos here, I'm going to go ahead and cut it short. Again, a special shout out to Tiffy. Please do take the time to read the conversation here. If there's any questions that I didn't answer or you have anything else, please leave them in the comments below, and I'll be sure to reach out to you guys. And just as an overview, save your gems until you get to 1600 as a new player. I would hold off buying a pet just for that, basically, because by the time you hit 1600, you'll be in zone 3 or 4 looking for legendaries and raids. Each zone is a major stat check. If you're dying to a flag, go back to the most recent castle on Heroic and go up 5 levels. Just keep doing it. Spend your honor before leaving a guild. I'll just go over that real quick. So click guild, you go to shop, this is your honor. If you're leaving the guild, this will reset to 0, so you don't want to buy whatever potion or pet that you cannot afford until you have 0, and then you'll leave your guild and go to the new one. Not many players know that, but it's inconvenient if you lose all that and didn't know you were going to. But this is McProseph out, and if you guys get the chance to share the new tips videos in the chat, that would be great. I'm trying to help as many gamers as we can. Take care, guys, and good luck with the loops.